Okay, just to make a long story short, you won't need a lot of material. All you would need is a spool of copper coil. There's no grinding coil in here, as you can see. I used it all. I'm going to start a new project just to show you how easy it is to make a gravity flyer fly. Okay, now one thing you're going to need is copper wire. The following thing you're going to need is iron wire, just like the other gravity flyer here with permanent magnets. However, this one is easy as cake. You don't got to spend a lot of money. The first thing you need is two of these hubs. Two hubs similar to the same. You get them online, or you can get them at the tire place or wherever they dump or trash their car parts and stuff like that. You can get you two hubs like that. The second thing you need is copper wire, non-coated coated wire, which is gauge 18, 18 gauge, and you want iron wire. You can get iron wire from either Walmart if you got a Walmart near you, and you can get 24 gauge and wrap it around the entire spool. You just want to pull the spool out, just a wire, a couple of wire, the phase wires, and leave it on, and then you want to wrap it with iron wire, the very plastic itself. Okay, then you want to take a sheet of aluminum and place the sheet of aluminum in here. It must fit the diameter right here in the central for a sheet of aluminum. You want to use adhesive Gorilla Glue to hold it, to strong hold it down, okay, to the surfaces. Then you want to take it and you want to use the adhesive glue from Walmart that you can get. It comes with, you can purchase a glue gun and glue it right on top of it. The glue gun is to push the Gorilla Glue out, and you can put the Gorilla Glue on top of that while the spool wire and the iron wire is coupled together as far as the copper and the iron wire, steel wire. You want to tape it too with tape. You also can add up for the cage as far as sheet around it, rubber around it if you want to. Then you can take that and blend it together, seam on top of one another. Another hub, because you want to get two of these, and you want to put one at the bottom of it, so that your metric range of it may be short, so both of them are fit, in sync with one another. Just separate it and make it. You want to put aluminum at the bottom and copper at the top. Copper sheet at the top. You want to also have the aluminum sheet. So you want the foundation of the sheet aluminum and the top of the sheet copper. The foundation of the sheet aluminum, and you don't want no copper sheet foundation at the bottom. So you just want that to go on top of here. You want to metal bond the sheet that fits this diameter with a phase wire, ground wire, positive charge output. Now you want to glue it onto there so it fits snug central, right into central. Then you could use your a buck controller as far as a Hertz modifier. This is a HFP, which is a high frequency pulse modulator, and you want to cut up 200 watts into sections. I mean 200 volts into sections. You want to cut it up to at least 40 or 20,000 to 40,000 hertz per second. This is like it's for the lower momentum, so your coil does not get hot at all. So in order for a coil to get hot, it must have lower momentum. When using a lighter, it is hot. Let's say. And I use the low momentum, and I'm lighting it with a flame, but I'm moving the flame at high speeds, so it does not penetrate to cause it to ignite, because the flame is moving at high speeds, just like with electrical charge. If I use electrical charge to flux it, in momentum, the faster, the less chances of it heating up the wire. So that's all for now. So you want to use a high frequency pulse modulator output, at least as far as the EMI filter, that has an output at least 2,000 watts. But you only want to use a resource like 200 watts from it. You'll get the gravity fly to fly vertically in the air. Now, if you wanted to get the fly horizontally, then you would have to take the very circular wafer that you apply in here. You have to cut the sides, a square out of the sides, and run a linear motor this way, so that even though the whole effect is going this way, you can still switch between to move this way. So to move forward, it doesn't have a linear solenoid to move forward like a bore, like it's on a circular. So say if this was the circular of the inside. Now I would wrap the coil bearings right over here. So what I would do is take the aluminum block, and wrap a coil bearing right here. We'll cut out squares, rectangles, so I can wind a coil around it, so it can move forward like a bore, like a flat bore. So the aluminum would try to escape that way. So I can move the entire system that way, and I want to wrap it more than the inertial mass. So if the coils, as far as the spool, if you do get a spool, you get one for like $60 for a spool of copper wire, and you get 18 gauge, and who knows, you get about probably like a 10 pounds or 5 pounds of coil. But it doesn't matter, because once you put the aluminum on the bottom, it's going to try to escape from the aluminum itself, the coil. So it's going to try to run away. Now, while you have this at the top, and the aluminum at the top is going to try to escape. Now, you have aluminum at the bottom, it's going to escape, going to cause the coil to escape from the aluminum bottom. So it's not going to kick on it to push it down. It's just going to actually lift away from its inertial mass, because it's grounded on the floor. Once it does that, then the force up here, you want to apply more force to the wafer that you have under the cap. And the wafer, aluminum wafer, you want to apply a voltage to it, so it sends a high positive ion back to the coil, so that these two paramagnetic or Newtonian energy power will force it away into the air, away from your gravity. But that's all you need. You don't have to have anything else. If you choose to add magnets, permanent magnets, make sure they're small and light, about 4.3 kilograms. Those are about probably like 16 or 22 millimeters. They're real small, and they usually use those for skateboard motors,